Hello and welcome my theatrical showing of Poop on Ice. It's SJB here, and we're back with Bloons TD Battles 2 Patch Notes Edition. It's going to be a quick video where I talk about the changes to the game. We're going to go over the quick feature changes that are happening here, and then we're going to go over the balance changes, which I think are the most important thing that we need to know about the game here. So let's make this happen. First of all, the general changes. So, obviously Azili and New Bling are coming, but the general changes are the new tower unlock changes. So this is super important. The tower XP system has been completely reworked, allowing you now to purchase a tower that'll unlock all upgrades to Tier 4 immediately. Woo! Then you can buy the 5th tier upgrades for 1,500 monkey money per tower. That seems like a very fair way to do it. It's still going to take a little bit of work to get them, but it's not going to take years of grinding to unlock this crap anymore. So now Tower XP is only for unlocking masteries and stuff, so that makes a lot of sense, and it's awesome. Alright, hero ults. Let's talk about this. We intended hero ults to be satisfying final step on the hero rewards track, but blah blah blah. It's taken too frickin' long. So, hero ults will now be available alongside the main heroes in the hero screen and will no longer be connected to the hero rewards system. Pretty cool. Alt heroes will cost monkey money and hero points from their main hero. Hero points can be gained by playing with them, blah blah blah. Alright, that's pretty cool as well. Tier restrictions removed, so now you can play all upgrade tiers in any arena, allowing you to just do whatever the heck you want in any of those weird arenas at the bottom of the game. And new daily freebies and things like that, all very helpful in just kind of keeping people playing the game. Now, I could just read off these balance changes, that's kind of boring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this off in BTD6 in sandbox mode and show you guys all the changes that are coming to the game. Alright, so this is mildly upsetting. I accidentally recorded my Battles 2 stuff over my BTD6 stuff, so I just made this 20-something minute video and I have to redo it. So if you guys want to be really nice to me and press that like button for my painful experience, that would be great. But I actually think this is going to be a good thing, because now I know all the patch notes changes already. I don't have to read them off for you guys. So the big change here with the Dart Monkeys is going to be all about that Crossbow Master. So the Crossbow Master's damage is going to increase from 9 to 11. Not a huge change, but a cool enough change that I'm glad it's going to be in the game here. One other cool change here is going to be the Super Monkey Fan Club, and I really like this change to the game. So normally when you activate this ability, only the Dart Monkeys that are already Super Monkeys are going to change, and then if you build more, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. So, they have decided to change it, so if you do end up using this ability, now new monkeys, up to the total of 10, can also be Super Monkey Fan Club monkeys, which is really cool, because you can probably do that with the Plasma Monkey Fan Club as well, and kind of just, like, build guys right when you need them during a rush, rather than being able to have to plan ahead with these Dart Monkeys necessarily. Really like that change, and I'm excited to see how it's going to change the game. Two quick canon changes. So first of all, the Pierce of the Cluster Bomb upgrade is going to go down from 10 to 8. Just stopping big rushes from getting through rather than anything else. Probably won't change the game too much, just know that this guy's slightly worse. Then in addition, Balloon Crush, the slowdown or stun, is going to be from 2 down to 1.75. I don't think this will matter all that much, but there might be that weird thing where eventually super speedy DDTs, instead of being stunned forever, will be stunned and slowly sneak through your defense instead, which will be a big deal instead of just being a full-on stunner like this guy normally is. Texture with some really cool changes here. I actually really like this as well. This is a fun change, and it is not a thing in BTD6, which I'm glad they finally decided to change it up and have some fun with it. So normally when you use a Maelstrom, the Stromage is just going to go right through any sort of random things in the game, right? Whether this thing's in the way or whatever. I mean, other towers can't see through it, but a Maelstrom can just shoot over it somehow magically, or through it somehow magically. Didn't make any sense. So now in Battles 2, this is going to change so they cannot see through walls anymore. It's just going to stop when it hits these things, which I think is just a really cool change to the game. At least that's what I'm reading on it. It can no longer pass over blockers. Hopefully I'm understanding that properly. Again, really excited about these changes as well. Balloon Dissolver is going to go down in price $200, 25 to 2,300. Fair enough. Seems fair. I like it. It wasn't really a very well used upgrade anyways, so I'm glad they're doing something to it. In addition though, Relentless Glue. This is a very interesting change. Relentless Glue gives you cam detection. Now, I don't think that actually matters too much for Relentless Glue. Like, sure, we'd like to have a little bit of extra cam detection if we're, early game and we want just a little bit of something. This is probably not going to be something you buy anyways until around 18 plus, because it's a Moab glue before this, and that's pretty expensive. But knowing that now you have automatic DDT slowdown on your Moab glue is pretty cool. But even on top of that, you don't need any other decamalization to stop DDTs with your super glue. just automatically hit them camos, hit them DDTs, and that's just really freaking sweet in this game, man. Love this change. Next up, we got Monkey Aces, Heli Pilots, and Mortar. Some of the main military monkeys. Some of my favorite towers in the game. Actually, besides Heli, he's not that great. First of all, Spectre. Pretty decent buff here. Reduced attack cooldown from 0.6 to 0.05. Helpful, nothing ridiculous. Flying Fortress price reduced by $5,000. But then also, buffing him on top of that. Attack cooldown reduced from 0.04 to 0.03. Very helpful. Seems like it's going to be a much more reasonable tower in this game. I don't know if it's going to be overpowered, though. I still don't think it's going to be great. I think it's just going to be like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad we have that. Rager Rotors also got a pretty big buff here. From its Pierce is going to be increased from 10 to 13. So, big group rushes. Hopefully we can deal with them a little bit better. Mortar Monkeys. This is a really cool change. I don't know how it's going to affect the game. I really want to test this out. So, artillery batteries are going to get a +4 bonus damage to bad balloons. All right, the Pop and Awe is going to get a +10 damage to bad balloons. But then when you use the ability, all other artillery batteries will get +6 additional bonus damage to bad balloons. So the idea is that when poop hits the fan and a bad starts coming out, you get to use your Pop and Awe ability with a bunch of other mortars, and they're just going to literally blow up the bad. Ideally, I don't know if it's going to be the case, but that's like +16 damage, +10 damage per shot on this bat. It's got to be at least reasonably helpful if it doesn't pop it down all the way. There was another mortar change, which I think is also going to be really cool here. The biggest one now does stunning to Moab-class balloons. Moabs, BFBs, and Zomagods. It stuns them for 0.2 seconds. Not a long time, but it's just a little bit of extra time for us to deal with these guys in some way. This is making me think, though, there is almost no reason to ever go for this bottom path upgrade. Always go faster reload, and always go rapid reload if you're going for a biggest one, because that stun is just so much better than what it was before. So yeah, highly recommend going for the big one, or at least checking him out and seeing how well he works for you. Next up, we got a couple of quick changes here for Wizards, Super Monkeys, and Druids. So the main change for this guy is Archmage now does more damage, from 30 to 35, specifically to Moab-class balloons. I still don't know if that's going to be enough, man. For whatever reason, I have not found this guy to be useful, like, at all. So 30 to 35 just doesn't seem like it's enough to make me want to get him. Small change, but Stone Avatar is now going to be $1,000 cheaper from 17 to 16. Fair enough. I don't really use him much. I think most people go Dark Knight still, so I think he's just outclassed in a lot of other ways. Druids. Druid of the Jungle. I don't know how this is going to affect the game at all, but basically the Jungle Vine attack now deals 1 plus 13% of the balloon layer's HP per 0.2 seconds. This means that the ceramic balloons pop slower compared to the regular balloons, which might make this guy a little bit worse. So spamming them will not just be automatic ceramic poppers necessarily. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because that might be one of those, like, when you send out 50,000 ceramics all at the same time kind of thing. It might make him a little worse, I guess. Maybe. That's something to keep in mind. In addition, randomly, Banana Farms, just the 5th tier upgrade Banana Central is getting nerfed. And I hope that I'm reading this correctly, but the buff to farm production reduced from 25 to 20. So they did not like people just spamming a bunch of 4-tier Banana Farms around a Banana Central. Must have been too powerful. They decided to nerf it. And the last change here, believe it or not, to regular towers is the Engineer. So Cleansing Foam Pierce increased from 15 to 20. Might make it more reasonable to get a Cleansing Foam thing as full cam detection, or just an additive bonus to cam detection. Maybe with a spike factor or something could be cool. And then what's even weirder, though, is that the bottom path upgrade, the Oversized Nails Pierce, increased from 5 to 10 additional to your foam. So, alright, that sounds cool. I like it, I guess. I didn't even know that it gave you a bonus, but it's nice to know that that is a thing that you should probably do. If you're going for Cleansing Foam, go for the Oversized Nails. It's probably more beneficial than just getting a little extra popping power with your sentries. Alright, next up, we're going to talk about the heroes really quickly. So we're going to go over Oben's stuff. I'm going to gloss over Gwendolyn, and then we're going to talk about Quincy really quickly. So Oben's got a couple quick changes here, mostly involving this totem. The totem's just going to get worse in general. It's not horrible by any means, but it's just worse. Slowdown reduced, range reduced, slowdown reduced, range reduced at level 4, 8, and 15. In addition, the level 10 Wall of Trees is also going to be worse than it used to be. It's going to go, RBE going to go from 2.5 down to 2. Okay, 2.5 thousand down to 2,000. So, Yeah, I mean, cool enough. Open was pretty good. He's probably one of my favorite heroes in the game, and I think it makes sense that they just had to nerf him in some way. Gwendolyn, randomly now, the Firestorm ability, the level 10 ability, is going to heat up everybody on the screen now, instead of just relying on heated up to be in her range at like her level 4 upgrade. That's cool, and now let's go over the Quincy stuff. All right, so Quincy's got a couple weird changes going on in here. First of all, the base cost is reduced another $50 down to $450, and the Storm of Arrows, which I did not know how this guy worked. This actually makes a lot more sense now. I thought it would just kind of like hit balloons wherever arrows hit, but the way it works is like based on the circle alone of where the balloons are. Like, let's say that I send it a couple of these guys. Based on the circle, you get a chance of how much they're going to hit. You know, I thought it was like right when the arrows hit. No. It's not really a visual thing as it looks. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like random chance. Anywhere in that circle that existed, an arrow will hit a balloon 5% of the time. Now it's 7.5% of the time. All right, but the level 18 Storm of Arrows, which was wrong before, is going to change from 75% down to 10%. So they're nerfing it massively, but it's because there was an error. It was meant to be 7.5. So going up to 10 now, but really it was from 75, which is just kind of absurd. And then the Storm of Arrows level 20 is going to go all the way up to 15% chance of hitting. So you're hitting quite a few balloons here with this delicious Storm of Arrows here. So I don't know if that's going to be a big thing for you, but it's just kind of cool to see how Quincy's changing here. And believe it or not, last but not least, I forgot about the sub because I didn't have any water on my map. So let's talk about the sub changes. So first of all, the Submergent support change is going to be pretty big in my opinion. I still think it needs to be further, possibly even making Nuclear Sub cheaper to make up for this. But Submergent support, $500 to $750, but then making Plutonium Reactor $200 cheaper, $28 to $26. So it's kind of like evening out, I guess. They just did not think that for such a small amount of money, you could decam-wise every balloon on the screen. It just seems kind of ridiculous if you really think about it. So hopefully this makes it so the sub is not quite as OP, but I don't think it's going to change much anyways. People are going to go for that nuclear sub anyways, you know? Just And then just generally, ballistics missile changes. So ballistic missile pierce reduced from 100 to 75. Ceramic and below reduced from 6 to 5. Bonus damage. Twin guns now gives you only a 10% extra bonus speed instead of 12.5. And the first strike splash damage is going to be decreased as well from 350 to 200. The only other cool change that's actually a buff here is that the sub commander now affects all balloons on the or all monkeys on the screen rather than just monkeys in its range. So if you notice, if you put a sub outside of the range, it'll still give you that bonus sub stuff, which is cool. Glad they have that. It doesn't really matter that much for most situations, but knowing you can put it anywhere is just kind of a fun idea. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick version of the patch notes. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to press that like button for me. Don't forget to subscribe, and of course, have a super duper delicious day.